Did you know if you drop a like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds, nothing will happen but it will put a giant smile on my face? Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 1 is officially over 40% complete, and with us just seeing the recent introduction of Tilted Towers at the time of you watching this video perhaps being the biggest map change we're going to be seeing of this first season of the third chapter, what if I told you guys, despite the introduction of the 19.10 update when I'm recording this video anyways, Epic Games are not only already working on 19.30 according to data miners, but believe it or not, based off what we're going to be mentioning today, have literally already figured out what's going to be happening in Chapter 3 Season 2. As you can see from not only the title and thumbnail of today's video, we're not only going to be talking about things upcoming that data miners and even people with inside information have about the brand new season, but let's just say despite all the juicy intel that's pouring out by the day, we not only have our first look at the brand new Battle Pass skins, but even some intel as to which collaborations are going to be integrated into it next. I already know that sounds good to you and there's so much to go over today, so sit back, relax with your favourite snacks, and of course stick around and watch the full video. And whilst you're doing that, one more favour I simply ask of you guys is to enter code FM1 the next time you log into Fortnite in the item shop. I challenge you all right now, try and make this process last longer than 10 seconds, and if it does, don't enter it, that's how confident I am. Entering code FM1 not only puts a giant smile on my face, but cheers my pug up Gus too, as he's been kind of sad recently from discovering that 70% of you guys watching right now aren't subscribed. And speaking of subscribing, yeah, we're incredibly close to 2.3 million, and we can definitely hit that before the end of January if everybody subscribes right now. And don't forget too, there's a bonus for this, as I give 5 subscribers every day. So of course, if you do want to receive a gift, make sure you're subscribing to the channel with all notifications turned on, and then comment your Epic Games ID down below and let me know what you like to receive. And who knows, you could be shown gifted in front of hundreds of thousands of eyes to see in the very next video I post on the channel. But with that said, now enough messing around. With Chapter 3 Season 1 swiftly moving on, we need to dive into all the details about the next season and the upcoming Battle Pass, so make sure of course you don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not, I'm sitting on my
Don't
back.
go anywhere.
Okay, so one of the first things I want to mention before we dive into the details is I'm currently running a 5,000 V-Buck giveaway when I'm recording this video anyways over on my Twitter. It'll be linked in the pinned comment and the top of this video description, so make sure to just go over there and yeah, enter up now. I'm going to be doing giveaways over there all the time despite just gifting in videos. So whether this one's ended at the time of you watching anyways, considering I'm only running it for 24 hours, of course make sure to go over there and follow me, considering at the time of me recording again, we're incredibly close to 20k, and of course turning on all notifications will not only keep you up to date with Fortnite news, but also other potential giveaways. But anyways, strictly moving on in terms of the Chapter 3 Season 2 stuff, one of the first things that you guys will need to note of, most importantly, is when this season is ending, so you can not only get all the selectable styles for your bonus rewards anyways, such as most specifically what takes you to level 200 to get, being Golden Spider-Man. This, in terms of a time frame, as you can see from the bottom of the Battle Pass menu itself, will allow us to unlock everything until March 19th, where Chapter 3 Season 1 ends, and then obviously on the same day Chapter 3 Season 2 starts after some downtime. Speaking of the downtime, however, no, it won't be the same as the transition we've seen between chapters, whether it's the black hole going from Chapter 1 into Chapter 2, or whether it's the version of us being stranded in the ocean getting slowly washed up to the Chapter 3 island after the end event occurred. Typically the downtime between just seasons, let alone chapters, just has a normal screen of a countdown anyways of how long the downtime is going to last until it lifts and the update is available for all consoles or platforms to download for the brand new season itself. And before we get too ahead of ourselves talking about all the brand new map changes that are going to be happening furthermore until the end of this season, being March 19th 2022, of course we quickly need to note where we're at in terms of stages right now for the full map kind of reaching its final state as it's evolving, if you haven't already noticed from the snow slowly melting. As you can see, not only Hypex noted of this quite a while ago with all 9 stages on screen right now, but from taking a look closer at this image, as you can see today when the 19.10 update has gone live, of course Tilted Towers is revealed right here in the 6th stage image. As you can see, it's basically noted as a grey area, meaning an undiscovered location, which for those that don't know, before stage 6 has gone live anyways, this is what it did look like. And then yeah, with Tilted Towers now being in this particular location where the ice and snow once was covering every structure that was underneath, it's safe to say this is a big map change of this season in itself, but not one of the main ones in terms of story development, as Tilted Towers, despite it being a popular name location and being gone out of Fortnite before now for over 900 plus days according to Top 5 Gaming, believe it or not, in the background the lore related map changes are happening that you might miss right in front of your eyes and are contributing toward the theme of the next season, which is going to then be reflected throughout the Battle Pass itself. Of course by now it's a forefront of this chapter in itself, with the 7 being largely involved as the Foundation and the Visitor and even the Scientist came to save the day during the end event, and now with us being revealed to the Foundation, the fact that he's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson underneath the mask and we can unlock him in a certain amount of days, maybe even now when you're watching this video, and with not only the Foundation having a giant statue, his own bunker, and even the Seven having all of their rockets located in this kind of capsule area. Speaking of these rocket stations that's obviously on the island or outskirts of the Sanctuary, manned by the visitor NPC or overlooked by him, many of you probably missed out on the fact that some of the rockets are actually appearing above the silo doors and actually taking off and landing again, meaning there's an ulterior motive going on in the background that we don't currently know of yet, that Fortnite haven't revealed on purpose. And despite only 4 members of the Seven being revealed as skins in game that we can either unlock or have been revealed to, such as firstly the Visitor, then the Scientist, then the Paradigm, and now the Foundation, believe it or not, we already know thanks to data miners and what's located at the Sanctuary, things not only to do with the final 3 members that are a mystery, but their names and what they look like. Before we do reveal that though, and how it correlates directly to the Chapter 3 Season 2 theme, which also reflects last chapter as well, the other map changes that we briefly need to discuss are the IO drill sites that are frequently appearing around the map with hotfixes and updates, or even just time or days that pass in the world of Fortnite now that Chapter 3 Season 1 is the concurrent season. If it wasn't already obvious by Dr. Sloan receiving a winter style for the January crew pack, yes, the Imagined Order, that she's the leader of anyways, are going to be a big forefront of not only Chapter 3, but specifically going into Season 2, with another conflict arising, kind of like what we saw again portrayed throughout Chapter 2 Season 2 last chapter, between Ghost and Shadow. According to data miners, yes, a conflict of this scale is going to be happening again for the second season of a brand new chapter. As you can see, Sheena states here, Chapter 3 Season 2 leaks, there will be a war against the Imagined Order, meaning basically of the Seven or between them and the Seven. There will be a drivable vehicle with turrets, and all of this information contained in this tweet is very reliable considering it was shared by Tabor Hill in one of his videos, who is a YouTuber who's got a lot of things right about an upcoming season or update way in advance before it happened from an inside secret source. It's safe to say the most interesting seasons are made out of conflict and chaos on any Fortnite island that we've seen, whether it's in Chapter 1, Chapter 2 or Chapter 3. And speaking of the chronological chapters, yeah, it seems Epic Games are going with portraying the same theme as they did literally the last chapter in the current one, like they did with not only Season 4 of Chapter 1 and then Chapter 2 Season 4 being both superhero themed but massively developed off of. So if we go with that context based off what happened in Chapter 2 Season 2 between Ghost and Shadow, who even knows the scale of what we're going to be seeing in terms of a war waged for this reality by the Imagined Order versus the Seven. And speaking of the final remaining members of the Seven now that could even be included throughout the Chapter 3 Season 2 Battle Pass, as we don't currently know how they come into the game, only a brief concept of what they'll look like in an early form anyways, as tons of skins get revealed to us early what Epic Games could be working on in Fortnite surveys, of which all we're going to be revealing in just a second. But of course, first of all, before revealing all of that, you guys need to know thanks to these statues with strange engravings on, of which there's 7 of at the Sanctuary, meaning each statue belongs to a member of the Seven, considering, yeah, the Seven says it all, there's 7 members in this. As you can see on screen right now in the files, they have their individual code names attached anyways, and we not only know that 4 of these statues are belonging to current members that we already know the names of or have been revealed to, but the final 3 mystery members, 2 of which are the sisters, which again was mentioned by the Foundation that he wanted to find anyways when basically having a fight with Agent Jones in the Chapter 2 Season 6 trailer. And most importantly, speaking of the Foundation, a member that could outrank him being the Origin, as this seems more of a prominent and face or leading name than the Foundation, although he is the leader of the Seven thanks to his description that data miners have managed to find. And thankfully, with us knowing the names of these skins or what they're going to be looking like based off the coding that's attached to these statues anyways, obviously implying that at least 2 of them will be female as they're called the sisters. From taking a look at all the concept skins currently unreleased anyways on the Fortnite surveys that Epic Games have given us, as you can see near the bottom we have 3 skins in the design of what the 7 members are wearing in terms of attire or suits anyways, being these on screen right now, which I'm guessing is the Origin with the mask on and off style, and also the 2 sisters. And what's interesting again about the Origin in terms of comparing his ranking in the Seven or his kind of position in this faction anyways to the Foundation, is that he largely correlates to the Cube Queen, with several pieces of the Cube Queen's kind of costume or attire or what she was wearing being represented on him also. And with this also implying that he's largely involved in the storyline, the Origin member of the Seven that we currently haven't seen an official image for as if he was in locker or in game. Does this mean, like the Foundation, considering he's the secret skin or unlockable skin of this battle pass, that he will be in the next? I guess we're yet to know. Speaking of things we're yet to know about too, before we move on to some more battle pass features that could be newly innovated or introduced for Chapter 3 Season 2, speaking of the Seven still, but something you guys may have missed out on or forgotten about, is the fact that we currently know the location of the Scientist, the Visitor and even the Foundation, but Paradigm was obviously missing not only on the island now as an NPC, but in the end event where, yeah, we literally fought to flip the island over and defeat the Cube Queen. Because of this, I'm guessing a large premise of the storyline is going to be kind of correlated relating to her, and even Donald Mustard a while ago released a video saying that she's going to be heavily involved in the storyline as it progresses forward. But something that's most notable that she will be returning at some point throughout the Chapter 3 lore anyways, whether it's at the end of this season to build up a live event, Chapter 3 Season 2, or even beyond, is what's in the Outskirt Ocean. As you can see, this is the arm that was ripped off by the Polar Peak monster in this dimension anyways, washed up of the mecha robot. And I know a lot of you will be thinking, well, how does this have anything to do with Paradigm, considering, well, the Singularity was the person who actually controlled the mecha robot and fought off the Polar Peak monster to try and save our Chapter 1 reality. Well, believe it or not, it's speculated that the Singularity and also the Paradigm, considering we can't see the Paradigm's face, are the same person. This does actually line up, believe it or not, considering in Chapter 1 Season 9 this was the secret skin, the Singularity, and then we got the Paradigm rotate randomly throughout the Fortnite item shop in Chapter 1 Season X. And in terms of the final showdown, a mystery we're all wondering about still to this day that perhaps never will be solved maybe, is where did the Singularity fled to in the mecha robot when missing an arm, considering we do know the location of said arm that was ripped off now in this new reality. It's safe to say, regardless whatever Fortnite have planned for the future, I'm definitely excited for, and I want to know your opinions on this down below in the comments based off everything I've already mentioned and the fact that the next upcoming innovative feature for the Battle Pass is already kind of revealed or been teased right in front of our eyes. The current one not many people are talking about is the upcoming Haven Mask, which at the time of me recording this video you can't unlock or have anything to do with, but when you're watching maybe close to Chapter 3 Season 2, perhaps we can interact with this section and of course apply the mask to this specific character. But in terms of an upcoming innovative feature that we've known about for a while now but got swept under the rug or forgotten about slightly, is weapon modifications for each individual class. And I know a lot of you will be thinking, well, how would this work, considering wouldn't it enhance the performance of each category in game? Well, Epic Games could simply make this cosmetic, allowing us to apply things like you're seeing for the concept of weapon modifications in the background right now. And speaking of things swept under the rug, something that's been known about for even longer than weapon modifications, literally since Chapter 1 Season X, are the weapon charms, which could be a part of this weapon modification system, which again I'm guessing could be upcoming in Chapter 3 Season 2, considering if they're following the traits again of the prior chapter. Season 2 anyways, this was the first season where we got the option to independently or individually customize something to our own desire, being the Maya skin. Other than that though, I just want to give you guys one final reminder to go and follow me over on Twitter and enter this giveaway now, as you're missing out on the chance, if you don't, of winning 5,000 V-Bucks and many other V-Buck giveaways to come in the near future. With my Twitter being smaller, you're obviously getting a higher chance to win more than just being gifted in a YouTube video. But speaking of YouTube videos, if you enjoyed this one, slap a like in it down below and make sure you're subscribing to the channel with all notifications turned on so that you don't miss any future uploads. And speaking of future uploads or your next destination now, make sure to interact with anything on screen, but most importantly, hopefully I can catch you guys, yes, you the individual watching right now, I can see you, hopefully in the very next video I do post on the channel.